What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor and Lorraine. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit chat about everything to do with film for the first half. And then for the second half of the show, we got some weird news coming your way. If you're into that, that's all the weirdest news stories from around the world. But Shaun, by the way, I'm joined as always by Shaun. Shaun,
don't worry about it. I'm not even here this week, folks. Don't worry about me. I got nothing to say. I got no thoughts. Nothing newsworthy as far as I'm concerned.
But so the thing is, right, that people don't realise is that it's a very warm day here in Ireland, and me and Shaun for 1 week only decided to push recording back to include San Diego Comic-Con's Marvel Hall H stuff, because we would have looked really dumb if we had released this episode.
We would have lost, like, any level of, like, I don't know, credibility, we would have forfeited it.
I mean, credibility is a stretch, but like...
I said any level of credibility.
0.1% of credibility.
Still a level.
But yeah, so we decided to do this recording at a later date. We've been out doing things. So we both come home, we're grumpy. You know how you come in from like a day out, your mum calls you in, you're like, gotta get in for dinner. We've been forced to come in and talk about fucking Tony Stark.
Look... And I wouldn't be a fan of the casting decision anyway. But for the day that's in it, it's unreasonably warm. I slept on a slowly deflating air mattress, so ended up on a wooden floor last night. And I might be just a little bit hungover, folks. So
I think we're going to get
a really
Pink
unfiltered
Shaun.
opinion.
We're getting Pink Shaun in this week's episode, and I'm very excited about it. If this is your first episode, normally we have a bit more energy. I like not a lot more, but like a little bit.
Not a lot more, no.
Like,
0.1, that kind
like
of
a
level.
human level more. We're not like fucking, hey, what's going on? Like, it's not like that. But if you enjoy the show, if it's your first episode, you don't have to do anything. If it's your second or above, we would really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share. 5 stars on Spotify is absolutely amazing. If you want to even be an even bigger legend, we have a Patreon down below. You can go support us there. Every single month we put up brand new movie reviews that the patrons basically get us to review whatever movie they want. And we also have live listener hangouts and stuff that you get invited to.
There's nearly too much over there.
There's almost too much content. Really, we're going to start scaling back. To be
start
honest.
winding it back. Yeah.
We've given too much. By the way, this month's movie review that will be coming out is The Mummy, and that is the 2017 Tom Cruise Mummy.
That's it. Some of our diehard patrons might be like, oh, but didn't they review The Mummy? No, we reviewed the good one. And now we're doing the other one.
Which was recommended to us by the patrons on a live listener hangout. So it's your fault again. But yeah, so that is our review that's coming out. You can check that out there. But Shaun, enough of all that stuff. I feel like there's one major news story that if we started with anything else, it would be weird. Normally we leave the top story to last, but I wasn't quite sure how long we were going to go on this one. And so I decided we'll go first up front. This is what everyone wants to talk about. This is what the big news is coming out of the Comic-Con area. That is Robert Downey Jr. is set to come back, to return to the MCU after being trapped for all those years, and then he won an Oscar, and now he's back.
This is just done surely for the reveal in Hall H in San Diego. Like, this cannot be the best option for Doom. Doom, of all people. So,
the minute I found out, the first thought I had was, I can't wait to talk to Shaun about this, because look...
I woke up to this news.
I got hungover.
Yeah, I was miserable anyway.
So, look, if you haven't heard the news, Robert Downey Jr. turned up in Hall H in San Diego Comic-Con, and Marvel were doing all of their big speeches, and they're all their little bits of news that we're going to get to, but then their big reveal was that they were going to reveal who was playing Doctor Doom, the big villain in the next Avengers movie, which is going to be directed, by the way, by the Russo brothers. They are also returning.
Cowards, all of you.
So the Russo brothers
make a decision.
The Russo brothers are returning, which, look, at the front scale of it, we kind of talked about last week, and we were like, why would they do that? I would just leave my big bag of money and just never come back and just coast.
In that review, did we say that'd be like Iron Man coming back?
I don't know if we did, but I'm going to say yes, we did. So we look even smarter. So don't go back and check that. Please.
No.
Don't send
I'll
us
delete the episode. It's fine.
But Robert Downey Jr. is coming in. He's going to play Doctor Doom. He's going to be the big bad after Kang is now quietly shuffled off to the corner and left the fucking movie.
Kang died on the way back to his home planet.
he got Snoopy. No, not Snoopy. He got what's his name? Poochie. But Sean, Avengers Secret Wars, formerly Avengers the Kang Dynasty. We have Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom. Is this the worst casting choice they could have made?
Yes, 100%.
Maybe Chris Evans. He might have been worse.
That is possible. Chris Evans could have been worse. That's true.
Any of the main six, or anybody who is already there.
Anyone who's dead, I would say. Don't bring the actor back.
What if we cast somebody new?
Yeah, a new actor. Also for Doom, if you could find a Romani actor, that would also be way better.
Yeah.
The thing about this is it weakens Doom as well, because they're not having Robert Downey Jr. wear the mask the whole time.
Yeah, it's one of those. Is this, and I'm going to ask this probably thinking about the last few movies we've had, is this the most casting that's done to get a reaction in a cinema?
Yes. It absolutely, and it's not even like the No Way Home fucking get all the Spider-Man back. At least there was a plot reason for it to be those existing actors who had played. But I'm baffled by it because now you don't get the Tony Stark died, he had a send off and that's the last we saw of him, because you will still see it as Tony Stark. It's just desperate of please see this movie. It's like when they used to put The Rock in everything. Because he would just sell tickets, apparently. No,
actually, I thought of a different wrestling metaphor. It's like when they were Hulk Hogan's back. He's here.
Just keep rolling.
You liked them in the 80s. I know it's 2004, but he's back. So, I mean, same thing.
But then, so it's an alternate universe, presumably, where Tony Stark becomes Doom, or because you don't cast him unless you want that version of a character, you know?
But there's also an evil Tony Stark in the comic books that he could just play him.
He could just play him. That's he could do, is it a superior Iron Man or something like that?
He would just be the villain by being superior Iron Man instead.
Yeah, so presumably it's an alternate universe where there's a Doom, and then all of that gets smashed together with Incursions. And then you get Secret Wars. And then they can reboot everything again to just try and sort stuff out. Now, are we haters here for not liking this shot? Because, I mean, this is it's a very spectacular casting choice. Everyone likes Robert Downey Jr. Everyone likes Iron Man. Everyone likes Doctor Doom as a villain. So combine them together, I mean, you gotta print money. It's gold. But I don't know how. If you're going to recast, use an actor who's previously in it, give it to Mads Mikkelsen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know? Yeah. That would have been way better. But I think your point where you said that, it kind of takes away from both characters. you've made Iron Man worse by bringing him back, and you've made Doctor Doom Iron Man light, and then it's okay, you've made both the worse, where you could just have Doom as his own character. He's never going to be his own character now. No. Because Robert Downey Jr. is just Robert Downey Jr. He's too famous. Exactly, yeah. But it's, he did, you've seen Oppenheimer. Yes. He's fucking great in Amazing. He proved he can act outside of the Marvel machine. And then he just fucking jumps right back in. My question is this. How much money have they paid Robert Downey Jr.? How much did he get paid for Endgame? Maybe $50 million? Something stupid. It was a disgusting amount of money. A disgusting amount of money, yeah. $75 million. $75 million he got for Endgame, so I genuinely, it's $100 million they've given for this. Why
does he need it? You don't need
what
that,
What are you doing, Robert?
From Kevin Feige's point of view, let's try and get into the headspace here, because from Feige's point of view, I mean, this is... Do you know what the vibe I got? It's very The Boys. I get like a heavy whiff of, you know, when the boys are doing those joke scenes where they're like, we're on phase 75 and like we're bringing out all these movies or whatever, and we're bringing all your favourites back.
Yeah, no, and it's purely like, oh, the algorithm says if we put this person in this role, we'll get X amount more money.
Yeah.
Instead of just deciding and casting someone new. Like, they've gone so far backwards. I don't understand this at all. I would love to be proven wrong. I hope it's great. Yeah. But I don't think it will be. Because you're just going to get quippy doom, I feel.
But you know what? Even if it is great, right? If everything lines up and he is amazing as Doctor Doom, to me, I'm like, I still don't want that, because I'm like, you had a perfect character arc for this character who died in like your best death scene in all these movies. That was all that it was leading up to, all 30 fucking movies or whatever. And then you kind of like pull the rug. And even if he's fucking excellent as Doom, you still have kind of lessened like the main plot point of the previous like 5 fucking phases.
Well, and like, just so people know, we're not getting confused. We don't think he's playing Tony Stark again and Tony Stark's coming back.
No.
But it's like trying to, you know, there's all those off-brand pound shop versions of movies that exist specifically to trick grandparents at Christmas.
Like they call them Catman. Like, oh, you like Catman, don't you? Sorry, Batman.
But like, and like all the Nintendo Wii knockoffs that were kicking around for a while. Like, it's just that, but movies, so you can put Robert Downey Jr. on the poster and people will be like, oh, is he back?
Yeah. And also then you have to explain to like your older relatives of like, when they see him in the trailer, they're like, oh, Iron Man is back. And you're like, no, he's not Iron Man. He's a different character.
He's a bad guy, like, but will he be? Like, I don't get... Any other actor I would have been fine with, I think.
It's genuinely fascinating. Just pick anybody in the world who don't pick the one human who's most linked to your universe.
Don't pick the face of the universe.
You pick the face of the universe, and then you're recasting him as something else. So, and this is so funny because I think we've kind of reached a point that I think a lot of people have, that like the MCU doesn't really have that kind of same luster anymore, in terms of like, it's not that it's, well, I was going to say it's not that it's bad, but it's more so like when we talk about it, we used to be like, isn't this so exciting? Whereas now it's like, oh, they're doing this. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that.
Now it's somewhat work to try and keep up with it. You know?
It's grand, right? If I miss 2 movies, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, no, like I've stopped watching the TV series and stuff because it's just not worth it.
And so the fact that me and you immediately read this and we're like, that is the worst option.
It's so bad. I was terrified I was going to get on the call and you were like, this is great. I love what they're doing here. And I genuinely would have to hang up.
Well, maybe, look, there probably are people that really love this idea. And they love Iron Man, they love RDJ, and they love Doom. And like,
yeah, and they were all in Hall H watching it happen.
They were, like, but it's genuinely, this might be the most McDonald's meal equivalent of reveal, in that like for the first 50, while you're eating it, you're like, this is amazing, and then afterwards you're like, wow, I'm still hungry, and also there probably was better options.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad after doing that. I feel kind of a bit
shit now. And also the Russos coming back, I suppose that's what brought him back. So the Russos coming back, brought back RDJ, because they kind of very much work together a lot.
So, but this movie now has to be great, because if this fails, what do they have?
But I don't think it will be great.
No, I don't think it'll be great.
Not because it can't be good. I'm saying it can't live up to what we've talked about so many times. Like, it can't possibly live up to a fucking 25 movie arc ending in the death of the face of the fucking... like, he goes from selfish playboy to, like, sacrifices himself to save the whole universe and brings everybody back, and like he's the person to do that.
Yeah, and they're just anyone else.
There must have been a focus group that was like, we want RDJ back. Like, we love Robert Downey Jr., these movies. That's what's gonna work.
Hologram Tony Stark, evil Tony Stark. Do any of that.
That's why we
still weakens the character.
I immediately went to evil Tony Stark. If you're going to bring him back, just bring him back as Tony Stark, and you can have the reveal. Once again, still makes the death scene worse by by what happens afterwards.
Yeah, you do not have the emotional weight anymore once you see him back in the world. Like, and I just think it's going to be a dumb version and a bad version of Doom, who's meant to be terrifying, and he's just not. I
think Kevin Feige's been watching a lot of soaps, I think, and he's been watching a lot of those scenes where it's like, you thought I was dead, but I'm actually alive now, and then you just go, Dios mío, he's alive, and then he's been watching a lot of that, and he's been like, wait, what people want is the big fucking reveal that makes no sense, but like, we'll bring him back.
It's just for clicks. Like, it's so why this?
It's just like,
because I don't even feel like not to suck off James Gunn more than we already do on this show. If James Gunn had made the decision, I would support it.
Oh,
because it would be for a reason, not for media.
So we can't really at this point. It's just done because they must have just been scrambling big time.
They must have had. They needed an announcement, like a big announcement.
And I think Evans is going to come back as well.
Oh, 100% he is.
I think Evans is locked in to come back. I think he's going to return at some stage. Now, that's going to be fascinating to watch. But, like, if he comes back and RDJ comes back, and it's just like, we wheel out the old guys that, like, just keep doing it. Keep doing it over and over again to diminishing returns.
They've just made... Do you remember how everyone complained that all of the X-Men films were basically just about Wolverine?
Yeah.
All of Marvel is basically about Robert Downey Jr. now.
I have another wrestling simile that this is very similar to, and I don't know if it's going to work, but let everyone just bear with me, right? So there's a wrestling promotion in the 90s called WCW, right?
Yeah.
Has all the money, brings in, and it signs Hulk Hogan, signs Ric Flair, signs Macho Man Randy Savage. They signed all of the really big guys from the 80s. Now they're all about 39, 40 at this stage, right? So they're getting on in wrestling terms,
older
right?
for a wrestler,
and so they have a roster that's full of like 20-year-olds and full of guys who were big 10 years ago, right? The guys who were big 10 years ago all had things in their contract that they couldn't lose, right?
Yeah.
So they just had show after show where they brought back old guys and they beat all the new guys, and then eventually all the old guys got super old and, you know, had to retire. And then they were like, wait, all those new guys are actually pretty shit because they've lost every match for like 5 years. And then they went out of business because they just relied on the old guard continuously because they got them a cheap pop.
And how is that similar to this situation?
Well, I suppose if you're looking at it, you could hypothetically do movies about new characters with new actors that could be good.
And that went super well all of the times that they've tried it so far.
See, I think they didn't ever try it. I think they still were. I think in their head they were still like, oh, RDJ's coming back at some stage. We can lock that in.
They knew this, like something was coming down the line.
I think they were desperately. I think they never fully committed. I think they were like, yeah, we'll do like Ironheart, and we'll do a fucking She-Hulk, and we'll do like a Black Panther without Chadwick Boseman, and we'll do all of these. But I think in the back of their head they were like, wouldn't it be great if we got the old guard back though, just for another run?
But surely that's Secret Wars that you do that, and not to make him the main villain. Like, You bring them back as the person.
Yeah.
That you're wanting to old guard.
But then the problem is, if you bring them back as the person, then people are like, well, keep them around. You got to keep them around now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I don't know why he said yes to this.
From his point of view, it makes... I understand the money aspect, like lots of money, like more money than God. But on the other aspect, if I was him, I would be like, no. It'd be the same as the Russo brothers in terms of, like, if you kill it and you are going to get away unscathed, especially now when the Marvel universe is getting kind of shat on a lot with everything that comes out, I think you walk away, because for the next 50 years, at every single Comic-Con you go to, everyone asks you a question of like, what happened after you left? Man, you were so fucking amazing. When you were there, it was great. And then you left, and you were, oh, fuck, you're so good. You're so good. What happened?
Look, I don't want this to be bad, but I'm prepared for it to be bad. Yeah, it's really weird, because I like Doctor Doom, but I wanted him to be super good. Yeah, we've never had a good Doom, really. No, like aside from animated stuff.
Like, I wanted Doom to be his own thing, like, and Doom to be an absolute killer, like a psychopath.
Yeah, imagine it wasn't, the celebration wasn't, oh, Robert Downey Jr. is back. The celebration was, oh, we have Doom now.
So you can't have Mads Mikkelsen, you can't have Robert Downey Jr. Who do you bring in as Doom? Do you go older or newer?
See, ideally around the same age as Pedro Pascal.
Well, I mean, Pedro Pascal is like 50, so I mean, but he looks like he can get away with like 38.
Yeah. I would go like a Cillian Murphy. I wouldn't mind. You know?
Killy would never do it, because him on the press tour would be so funny.
Hate it so much.
You need somebody who's just a scene-chewing dickhead that like has to just constantly give off this impression that they want to be as good as Reed Richards. Whereas I think RDJ is just like... I think RDJ could do it, is the problem. Like, I think he could be good. I think the role could be good. And he would be excellent casting if he wasn't already a different character.
Like a different iconic character who fucking, like, is known the world over for being this character. Yeah.
Like, weird if Christian Bale came back and played Lex Luthor. And a very much smaller version. Yeah. It'd be super weird. He could do it.
Yeah, it'd be it'd be like, actually no, that'd be cool if Henry Cavill played Lex Luthor. Like,
you see, the problem with that is that those universes never lasted long enough to like have a full circle moment where someone comes back as somebody else.
Yeah, they just kind of went down immediately.
Yeah, they just died, just burned up in flames.
So I think after the initial pop of like, oh, he's back, you just have nothing. There's nothing holding the rest of it together.
It's just, okay, great.
Also, who's the Avengers now? Who's in that?
Okay, let's think about this. So we got
Captain America, presumably.
Shuri as Black Panther.
Yeah, Shuri being the Avengers.
Yeah.
Wanda's dead.
Doctor Strange, is he still knocking about?
I think he's still kicking around.
Kicking around.
Spider-Man could still be in the Avengers.
Spider-Man he's probably there as well.
Thor, I guess.
Loosely, they don't have Hemsworth locked in, but they're going to probably give him a lot of money to come back.
You probably get Hercules in as a Thor stand-in if needs be.
True, but I mean that's not going to solve the problem. But yes,
but then you have like, because like Yelena is on the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they're all kind of a separate team, so you can't even bring in like Winter Soldier or any of them.
No, and then maybe you'll get, I don't know, X-Men. I haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet, so maybe they sort it all out there.
I have a story about Deadpool and Wolverine. I went to see it yesterday, okay? And 40 minutes into this showing, fire alarm goes off, the whole building has to be evacuated.
Holy shit. You need to go to a different cinema.
No, this was a fire alarm. I think there actually was a fire. I think one of the projectors in a different screen went on fire.
Right, I see.
And they
so you didn't get to see...
Cleaned out the whole fucking building. So we all stood outside and then they were like, look, you're not probably going to go back in. So like...
May as well tip home, lads.
They just took up the name and number and they were like, alright, yeah, you come back with your tickets and we'll just give you a free show and whatever you want with your free popcorn or whatever.
Fair enough. You know what? They handled that as best as they could.
I mean, that's all you could do. So I'm going to see the same 40 minutes again, but then I'll watch the rest of it. And then you'll hate it like at World's End, of course. No, I don't think so, because he's not taking it personally. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that news first. We have other bits of news from San Diego Comic-Con if you want to cover them. Marvel's Fantastic Four got its title. It's the Fantastic Four First Steps.
Nice, cool, family based.
They
did a little video of how it's a little production thing, and you see a big Galactus at one point.
Right,
it's real good.
Yeah,
it looks pretty big.
And do you know who Galactus is being played by? Robert Downey Jr. again.
Really?
Yeah,
insane.
He's every villain. He's all of the villains.
Like in a world where Ralph Ineson is cast as fucking Galactus, how do you just cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doom? How does that make sense?
They must just have a box of actor names and they're like, we just gotta pick the same people. We can't just pick out someone new. That's ridiculous.
No, yeah, no one will know who they are.
Yeah, what's the fucking point? So yeah, we have also Fantastic Four First Steps. Nice little name, because I mean they're gonna reintroduce this new team that's set in the 60s or whatever. The Fantastic Car was revealed.
Looks pretty good. And then you had Reed Richards played by Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm, Vanessa Kirby, Johnny Storm played by Joseph Quinn, and Ben Grimm played by Ebon Moss-Bachrach. So I mean, pretty strong. That's a good cast.
Strong.
Still not thrilled about Pedro, I'll be honest. I don't think he should be Mr. Fantastic. But
well, that's not against Pedro. We actually said he was too nice.
Yeah, he's too nice, and I think he's he's just everyone likes him.
Yeah, he's too charismatic, I think. I think Reed Richards has that. We always said Reed Richards, known bastard Reed Richards.
Known bastard.
He has to
be
the
prick.
He's the worst. He has to be the worst. And we were like, Pedro Pascal is too likeable and nice, and I think he's very good at acting, but he's just too charismatic. I think he's going to make a one-liner or two, and Reed Richards never makes one-liners.
No, Reed Richards does not quip. He's just a bastard.
He's not a quippable man. So, I mean, that was pretty good. We also had the villain of the Captain America Brave New World was released. The villain is going to be Sidewinder.
I have no idea who that
played
is.
Played by Giancarlo Esposito. So Sidewinder is the leader of the Serpent Society, a criminal enterprise that usually has less grand aspirations than some of Marvel's other villains. It's going to be a little bit more low-key, but it's going to be Captain America beating up a criminal enterprise.
You know what, he's pretty good at that, I guess. He looks like an alien in this. Some Hero or Zero will deal with that.
And also that Captain America Brave New World, we had the Harrison Ford bit in the paddle, and he came out, and he's having a bit of fun, which is very unlike him, but fair play to him.
I think there's a Marvel mandate that he has to speak positively.
You have to speak positively until you leave. Someone had put the clip of like The Simpsons where it's like Jones, what's his name? The singer. Welsh singer. Famous singer.
Tom Jones?
Tom Jones. I was going to say Ben Jones. It's like Ben Jones is not his name. Tom Jones, when Smithers has the gun in his back and he's just like, keep smiling. Yeah. Big wave. Also, that movie will have adamantium in it, so that will be the introduction of adamantium, which could be the connection to the X-Men and the Eternals and all that stuff.
Usually, yeah. So, adamantium is in Tiamat's fucking hand. Is that the deal?
And so, I mean, you have adamantium introduced. Is that now going to be Wolverine? Oh my god. It's all being done. The recast is being done. Oh, it's locked in. We're ready to go.
Guess who's playing Wolverine, folks? That's right. Robert Downey Jr.
Again. Senior. Robert Downey Jr. Senior.
He had a kid specifically to cast him in movies.
And okay, what other news do we have? That is the kind of all that I got from that was the big talking points coming out of it. Obviously the big reveal, Tony Stark not Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. coming back to play Doctor Doom.
Yes, and still no Blade project.
My favourite bit of news from the panel was that Kevin Feige announced that Blade will be R-rated, and I thought, Kevin, I would do the movie first.
Yes. I would. You don't know the content of the script, Kevin.
Kevin, that content of the script changes on an almost week-to-week basis. So at this point, you could say anything about that. It could be rated PG to R. It does not matter. The movie does not exist, and Mahershala Ali hates you.
And I thought we already knew it was going to be rated R.
Well, yeah, but I think they needed to announce something that wasn't, God, we're absolutely losing the plot with that movie.
Yeah. They needed to address that it was still happening.
Has to be something positive. Has to be something like progressive. So like, it's R-rated, even though the actor hates it, and we've lost 3 directors and several writers. But any day now, we're going to lock in.
What should be the easiest slam dunk in film history?
Mahershala Ali fighting vampires, dressed as Blade. They cannot write a script that works.
Put it out in October. It'll be great.
We said it before in this show. We also mentioned it in the live listener hangout. Just shot for shot remake the first Blade movie with Mahershala Ali playing the Wesley Snipes Blade, and it will still do middling to good.
Yeah, people, and don't spend 250 million on it.
No need.
You'll only be disappointed.
No need. Just
75 maybe.
Easy. What the money you're going to give RDJ, put it into Blade.
Yeah, and then the other bajillion, give that to charity or something.
Give it to charity, please. What other news do we got? We got Rebecca Ferguson has joined the Cillian Murphy Peaky Blinders movie. I just wanted to cover this for some reason that the press tour with these two people could actually just be the greatest press tour of all time, because you've never seen two people give less of a shit about any of this. And I think it could be great. People who
they absolutely do not court celebrity. They just want to be left alone. Two
chaos personified beings on a press tour is always fantastic. Because I think Cillian Murphy...
I'd like Robert Pattinson into that and you're sorted.
If you had Pattinson and Harrison Ford as a foursome and put them in the rooms together...
You need to put Tom Cruise on the same couch as well. And then he can try and bring everyone else up with his weird dead eyes.
Rebecca Ferguson knows how to deal with Tom, though. Like, she's got the Mission Impossible experience, so she's
used to Tom.
She's well used to Tom. So the Peaky Blinders movie coming to Netflix. I don't know how much money has got into that, but it's quite a lot of money that's going to be going into
Sizable.
This. And so, I mean, it's a pretty big deal, but it's one of those, whenever I see Netflix movie, I always think it'll be number 1 for 2 weeks and then forgotten about forever.
Yeah, no one's going to be rewatching it, I don't think.
Like, the most watched movie on Netflix ever was like Red Notice, the one with Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, which again is like, that's a movie made by an algorithm. It's
like the movie's fine, but it's just weird as like, it's the most watched movie ever. You're like, well, I mean, Shawshank Redemption surely is somewhere up there. Come on.
Yeah. Avatar did pretty alright.
I think they were the most watched, I think, in the world.
Most watched on Netflix, the platform that you control. What is suggested to people.
Also, we're going to finish movie news this week with a trailer that Shaun watched that isn't Marvel related, it's DC related, and it came out last week. That is Joker 2, Shaun.
Folly Adieu.
The new trailer that dropped. And I mean, look, we're all very excited. Shaun, you loved the first Joker. You know and respect and think it's fantastic. Todd Phillips.
But you're putting a lot of words in my mouth.
I very strongly from the start said I didn't want the movie to exist. It did quite well. Jared Leto. Oh my God. Joaquin Phoenix was, of course, who won the Oscar. He was excellent as Joker, or Arthur Fleck. But Todd Phillips just remade 2 other movies, which I respect as well because he got away with it. So This is our this is our first, well, not our first look at this new Joker 2 shot. It's our first proper trailer. Lady Gaga is in it, if we're going to quote Killer
Lady
Croc.
Gaga, of course.
From the Harley Quinn show. Lady Gaga. Shaun, Joker 2 trailer. What are we taking?
I said this to you, so I'm going to repeat the joke so the people can hear it.
Please.
This must be how you felt watching the first Joker trailer. Because I do not want this to exist at all. I think it's the worst thing, and I hate that it's being made.
Well, the problem is the first movie made a shit ton of money. They don't care. They're like, oh, well, I made enough money. The second one will make enough money to pay for its making of the movie. Yeah. So, I mean, like, they've done a few focus groups. This is clearly going to work. People want to see this shot. This is big. This is what's in.
Yeah, and it's apparently he's copying another movie. He's copying The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, which
of course.
A French musical comedy. So, you know, that'll be pretty good. We get a bit of singing in this, but it's really like they're just singing. It's not big musical numbers, right? And
you also get to see Arthur and Harley Quinn together. Yeah. And we don't really know much, but we get to see them doing the whole show, like they have their own talk show and everything. Is all of that real or is it fake, Shaun?
All in their head.
All in their heads.
Most of this, honestly, the trial thing looks like it could be kind of interesting. Like, I think Joaquin Phoenix will get to do some fucking acting in that. But other than that, I don't, like, none of this interests me.
What about Brendan Gleeson? He's there.
Brendan Gleeson does show up, so it's already a 6 out of 10.
I mean, I've already given it a 6 once I see Brendan, and so the rest of it is locked in. If it's anyway decent, it'll go up to 8 or 9.
Yeah, so, and presumably Todd, Oscar nominated director.
If Todd doesn't win the Oscar, who's a worse director, Todd Phillips or Roland Emmerich?
That's a very, very tough question.
Now just
worse
have
is subjective, and everything. People put work into various things. Let's just be fair on that. Todd copies a lot of things, which is fine. You can take inspiration. Roland marches to the beat of his own drum, and I have to appreciate that. You
have to appreciate the fact that Roland commits completely to being shit, and he goes all in on it, but he will do Moonfall.
This is the thing. Roland is aware of what he is. Whereas Todd thinks he's great.
Todd is like, I am the second coming of Spielberg. I'm a genius.
Yeah. Spielberg's not dead yet, but you know.
The second coming of him, though, while he's still alive.
Yeah, I've also invented time travel.
Yeah, of course, I'm assuming.
I made The Hangovers.
If you like Todd Phillips, that's fine. We have a weird thing on this show where we're like, bad vibes from him, bro. Just weird.
Yeah, look, I don't know much about the man, I'll be honest, but I just, in a world where, like, Batgirl got cancelled for tax reasons.
Yeah.
I don't think Joker shouldn't have gotten a sequel. Objectively, you have the viewpoint that Joker shouldn't have been made.
I think it shouldn't have existed, but also Joaquin Phoenix was so good in the role that you're like, okay, if you want to make it, then make it, but don't call it Joker, call it the comedian or the clown, and then be done. Yeah.
And also, people are going to be insufferable when this comes out.
Well, you see, that's actually interesting, because the first one, if you remember, had all of that big massive push that's like, this movie's not suitable for anyone, oh man, it's such a dangerous movie, oh god, it's going to warp people's minds and shit. I don't think this one's going to have that same kind of push, so I don't know if it's going to have the same kind of like talk around it that they're hoping for.
No, because it's been done now. Like, and the first one came out and people didn't go insane.
They didn't go crazy in the cinema or anything. It was just a movie that came out that was fine.
Yeah, it was just a movie. And look, elements of it very well made, I will say. But the idea that we're just rooting for the Joker in this movie.
I don't know who we're rooting for, to be honest, because like,
I don't know who I'm meant to like. Maybe that's my media literacy showing. But
to be fair, if I was 18 and a bit sad, I would be all about this fucking movie.
Perfect. Yeah. There's a past version of me that would be
there's a past version of me that is obsessed with these movies. But like, I think at this point in my life, I'm like, I don't know, this isn't for me, and that's fine. It's probably for somebody. But like, I don't know why this exists. Also, the Batman got added to Amazon Prime. I only found that out yesterday. You know I'm rewatching that. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
My favourite thing about the Batman, by the way, is every person I've ever talked to other than you has told me that they didn't like it. And
that's insane. Get rid of those people.
It's amazing. So every single person, I'm like, did you watch the Batman? And they're like, yeah, it wasn't great.
You're like, did you watch the right Batman?
but you know what? Every time I get told, I'm like, I can see why you think that. But my God, did I absolutely love it.
My God, do I think it's the best thing ever.
Is it the best thing I've ever seen? Quite possibly. Quite fucking possibly.
I wish, a part of me wishes I hated it. Because then that would be hilarious on the show.
But it's also not a movie that you should watch for like fun. But it's all like...
No.
I just... That movie just was like... It was the... To me, as I talked about before, is like the animated series come to life on screen and like a year or two Batman, and he's fucking depressed and he's fucking angsty and he's sad. And that's fine. But my favourite part about Batman... And look, we're never talking about Joker. But... There was a big long thread on Twitter recently that they were like, Batman is, he's pure fascist. He's meant to be a fascist and he like kills people. And then someone's like, no, the best version of Batman is the one that cares, that literally like will break his own legs to save a villain just because he thinks he might be able to save them.
That's the thing. Everyone can be saved.
Yeah.
Like there is that episode of, is it Justice League Unlimited? Where
with Ace,
Lord
when
Batman.
he holds her hand.
Ace, when he holds a hand, yeah, that's that. But also, there's like the evil Justice League, or they went fascist.
Yeah. They go to an alternate universe in which the Justice League are there, but Justice League, Superman kills the president, Superman kills Lex Luthor, and the Justice League are now like, they just kill anyone that does any crime.
Yeah, and they've created a world where no one would ever become Batman, is the thing. And Batman's like, that's kind of a good thing, because that means no kids parents are getting shot in front of him. But also, it's not the way to do it.
And he says something fascinating. There's a great line in that episode where him and the other Batman are driving in the car around the town. And like, no, there's no crime. There's no everybody's just sitting quietly because they're all terrified. And then one guy complains about his bill at a restaurant and is like, this is too high. I didn't pay for this thing.
I didn't order this.
And so a truck comes along and they bundle him into the fucking back. The police take him and they drive him off for like disrupting the peace. And our Batman, like from our universe, just turns around to like the fascist Batman, is like, Mom and Dad would be so proud right now of what you're doing. And it's just like a pure killer line. I'm just like, fuck, you're an idiot.
This isn't the way, dude.
So like the best part of by the way, whenever I come back to the Batman, the best scene in the whole movie is when that the girl grips his hand at the end, because he becomes nice and he becomes a saviour.
He's a symbol of hope now.
Oh man,
let's watch the Batman again.
No, let's don't watch the Joker. Watch the Batman. It's fucking great, man. I think that's it for this week's movie news, Shaun. I think it's time for not just a jingle, but the greatest jingle anyone's ever heard. Please. That wasn't it. I was hoping for something better.
No, I lost it. I lost the good jingle file, so I had to go back to that one.
I like the idea that you had like the greatest jingle file ever and accidentally deleted it. You're like, oh fuck.
It's Tenacious D all over again.
Permanently shred with AVG.
Oh no.
So Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy testing the limits of his antivirus to look at any weird news.
And what is the limits?
Oh, I've downloaded so many things, Connor. I've seen things.
You're on LimeWire every day.
I'm running 4 instances of LimeWire all at once.
They're not even MP3s. You're just downloading anything, just any kind of file.
I'm downloaded Untitled is what I'm getting.
I respect the hustle. You gotta really test that the security.
One time I spent 4 days downloading Madagascar 2 Escape to Africa, and then when I went to play it, it was in French.
Oui.
So now I'm fluent.
Yeah, that's how you learn to speak French.
It was faster to learn French than download another one.
That is amazing. Just like, yeah, LimeWire.
That's when I learned crime doesn't pay.
My security on my laptop, by the way, keeps being like, the Olympics are on. During the last Olympics, crimes went up. The spree went up 25%. I'm like, this is the weirdest pitch ever to upgrade my plan.
It's really threatening.
You like the Olympics? Well, fucking don't. They're gonna fucking rob you. Right?
It's all over for you, buddy.
I was like, oh no, not the Olympics. I'm watching the pole vault.
That has its ups and downs.
Okay. Shaun, I want to start off weird news this week with one of our favourite things ever. We didn't get to talk about it last week, and it's been a while, but Shaun, small human error leading to large consequences. Yeah. I'm going to, of course, talk this week about CrowdStrike, but not only that, we're going to talk about CrowdStrike offering a $10 apology gift card to say sorry for last week's outage.
For ruining so much of global infrastructure.
Yes. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Shaun, this is on Monday last week. What happened?
There was a software update that, if you updated it, would just brick the computer, stop it from working. And I think there was auto updates were turned on by default in a lot of places. So, like, hospitals went down, call centres, air traffic control, all of these things just didn't have computers for a day, which was mad.
They rendered around 8.5 million Windows devices unusable, according to Microsoft.
And you know what? I wasn't even fucking affected.
Neither was I. I was fuming, to be honest.
I was thinking, can I pretend? Like, can I?
The update caused the affected computers to be stuck at the infamous blue screen of death, so you couldn't do anything. A bright blue error screen with a message that is shown when Windows crashes or cannot load. So, the usual. The outage caused delays at airports in Amsterdam, Berlin, Dubai, London, across the United States. It also halted several hospitals because of surgeries had to be stopped, and paralysed businesses all over the world. So look, all that pretty boring, but when you think about it, there was one guy or girl who walked into work that day and clicked a button, and I don't know who they were, but I love thinking about their day, because it's the 45 seconds after they've done it that's the best.
See, the fact that it happened on a Tuesday as well leads me to think that I don't know the process for how software updates are made, but maybe the code was finalised on Friday evening, no one tested it, weekend goes past, they send it out to everyone on the Monday, all the computers restart overnight, and then suddenly we're all fucked on Tuesday. That's what I'm thinking went on. Because
sometimes when you fuck up and you fucked up, you get that, you get really hot, you get really anxious and oh fuck, did I just...
this is going to be bad.
Oh, this is bad. Oh Lord.
And you can't undo it,
You can't undo what you've done. And so the question then becomes, for the rest of the day, do you have that thing of, you go home to your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend and they're like, how was your day, honey? And you're sitting at the table and you're like, genuinely, it has not gone well.
Yeah. One of the worst days. I ruined so many people's days.
Think of every airport. I've ruined all of them.
That might be, for across human history, that's one of the single greatest instances of most people inconvenienced at the one time.
Yeah. And there's one person is responsible.
Because it's 8.5 million computers, fine. But that's more than 8.5 million people are affected.
Yeah, because if it's all the flights, and they were taking flights down on pieces of pen or pieces of paper with pen and all in the airports, doing flight times, and all the undergrounds were all shut down and everything.
It's a nightmare. It's also mad that we live in a world where that can happen and it can all just go.
I suppose, look, your other side of it is that there's several people that has to give the go ahead to get to there, right? So it has to go through at least 5 or 6 levels of people that's grand, that's grand, before it gets the go ahead. But it also means those 5 or 6 people have to be Yeah, I also didn't really check it, I have to be honest with you.
Do you think someone's getting fired over this?
I think several people are getting fired, yes.
I think they should hire the fucking person who had the neck to offer a €10 gift voucher for ruining your systems.
All of the companies affected by it.
Like, what do you spend that on?
I think it was a $10 Uber Eats package.
Fuck off. Oh, so that's tax deductible as well. That doesn't.
Oh, they don't need to do anything about that. Yeah. Apparently, also when people went to redeem the offer, they got an error message that the voucher had been cancelled.
Because it ran on the same system and they did a new update.
Yeah, it all crashed. It was roughly $7.75 in terms of pounds and roughly $10 worth of just Uber Eats, but they immediately cancelled it once they figured out that this was being offered out by someone in the company.
I mean, what do you do the next time you have to push you're quadruple checking the updates?
Well, the thing is, do companies stay with you? Like, how much money are you losing? Like, people are like, well, we're going to probably move on.
Is there stock price available?
The stock price would be even better to look at, yes. Stock price from last week.
CrowdStrike? Yeah. CrowdStrike, is that the name of it?
Yeah, CrowdStrike, yeah.
CrowdStrike. Stock.
Stock. This would be the time to buy in.
Last 5 days. Big dip. Oh, big dip.
What about the last 10 days? Try last 10.
It gives me 5 days or a month.
Go a month, because I want to see the drop off.
Yeah. So it was Monday just gone there. So we were at $343.
Yeah.
Down to 263.
Oh no.
And it's currently at $250.
So it's still dropping.
For a share. Still dropping. Slight climb at the end of the day today once trading hours closed, but down 33.15% in the past month.
How much money is that?
Billions, has to be.
There's 5 or 6 people responsible, and you are gotta be shitting yourself when they're working their way through the line, like the sweating. They're like, oh, they fired John. Oh fuck, yeah. I was next in the line.
But you know what's going to happen is now it's like, hey guys, no Christmas bonuses for all the workers because we lost all that money.
But all the other people at the top, they're fine.
Oh, they're fine. They do important work, of course.
They do synergy. You know, synergy?
Brand identification.
Brand identity, synergy, you know, they reconvene, resync. We'll talk about this on Monday.
We're networking.
Shaun, I want to move on from that piece of human just terrible behaviour that really was funny. Just one of the worst things that's happened. It's really funny to think of somebody's face when they've done that. Shaun, cocaine sharks found in the waters off Brazil.
You know what? We should have seen it coming, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've been throwing all that cocaine into the water off Brazil.
You've been specifically in Rio de Janeiro dropping a load of fucking cocaine into all of the water supply.
I'm trying to help the kids.
Gotta brighten up their day.
No one wants wet cocaine.
So Shaun, last year, I should say, we had a movie otherwise known as Cocaine Bear, if you remember.
Based on a true story. Now we've got cocaine sharks. So I suppose the question now becomes, Shaun, we know these cocaine sharks are off the coast of Brazil. Is there a scenario where we could make maybe a universe, maybe a monster universe, where we have a cocaine shark movie and then combine them together in some sort of battle? See, but Conor, I love where you're going. You got to think bigger, right? We've already got sharks combined with tornadoes as well.
Yeah.
Shark-Coke-nado versus Cocaine Bear. See, the bear needs some kind of weather element to him.
It's very much like King Kong and the King Kong versus Godzilla. He needs a big axe.
Yeah. Or a glove that's made of metal just to help him out.
So, I mean, because I originally read this and I was like, cocaine sharks found off the waters in Brazil. This is an easy win. If you are a movie studio, you gotta get involved in this. You gotta start doing a movie. Sharknado's good, But
Sharknado's good. You got the 3D models for the sharks already.
Yeah, they're already locked in. They were so good in those movies.
So, how many sharks ate the cocaine? How many are we dealing with?
It doesn't say. It just says that they have found
infinite
sharks. So it could be endless amounts of sharks.
So we need to... Pablo Sharkscabar, we need to find his holding for where he keeps all of his cocaine. So sharks will do wet cocaine, is what you're telling me.
I think... Look, I'm going to say the possibility of the sharks actually doing the cocaine actively is probably wrong. I'd say the cocaine is in the water and the sharks just so happen to be in the water. In your scenario, you see the sharks dipping off to the bathroom every 15 minutes.
The shark is racking up on a DVD case of Sharknado.
The shark is having a lovely meal with his friends and is just like, can I just go to the bathroom actually just really quick? I just have something to do.
And then 2 minutes later, I'm going to go to the bathroom again, actually.
And then his nose starts bleeding. You're like, what's going on there, bro? Just like, no, it's not. Don't worry about it.
It's, sharks. That's what we do. They don't smell blood.
And they all start attacking him. So, I mean, do these sharks, are they more or less dangerous because of the cocaine?
See, I think if you're in a shark-infested waters... Actually, that's a misnomer. They would be human-infested. That's where
human-infested waters. The sharks live there first.
If you were hanging around a load of sharks, I think you're in as much danger whether they're on cocaine or not. I don't know how much of a competitive edge cocaine would give.
I don't know. I think it'd have a sweet buzz going.
You think he'd be moving? He'd swim faster, maybe.
I think he'd both swim faster, but also he might be in a better mood. He might be like, I'm kind of like, I'm fucking feeling really good about myself. It really depends.
Sure, it's Friday night, isn't it?
Sure, look, we'll all stay out partying. Sure, don't let this lad fucking go. It's a seal anyway.
That's a fair point, because the bear, it did just amplify everything about the bear.
Yeah.
Like, it became the apex predator for about 15 minutes.
That bear was a dickhead for a lot of the time. Yeah.
It makes a good man great, and a super soldier.
Who wins? Bear versus cocaine shark. Cocaine bear versus cocaine shark. Small river.
Ooh. I think the bear has it. I think he's got more limbs. He's more able to attack.
What is the most dangerous animal you could put on cocaine?
A rhinoceros.
Ooh.
Or no, a hippo.
I was going to say hippo.
Yeah, hippos are the most dangerous land animal, I believe.
Yeah, they will fucking butcher you.
Yeah, they will destroy you.
Like, alligators and crocodiles are terrified of hippos. They will get the fuck out of there.
Because they know they can't take that fight. They can't take those hands. Now, what is the best animal to give cocaine to?
Cheetah, obviously.
Pretty good. I was thinking sloth to see what happens.
You want to see the opposite. I was thinking, I want the cheetah to run faster than any cheetah ever ran.
You want to break science.
I want to break speed barriers. But you went the opposite way. You want the sloth to kind of get up and go about him.
I want to see what a sloth could do if it had energy. Like, what if it starts speaking, you know?
So you think the cocaine would give the sloth the ability to talk?
I think we don't know unless we try. Look me in the eye and tell me you can say for certain that it wouldn't.
What if you give a sloth a downer?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Make some really good music, I imagine.
Just starts playing Wonderwall on the guitar.
It also helps him to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He's still speaking, but he's kind of chill about the whole thing. He's just like,
he's not making a big deal of it.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Like, I just talk when I'm on drugs. Like, that's just the way it is.
You know the way snails don't like salt?
Yeah.
How'd they feel about cocaine?
I would assume probably not great.
Interesting. Or great for a while.
They'd feel amazing for maybe up to 10 seconds and then probably dissolve.
It's getting really cold.
So also, Shaun, I want to cover our next news story, by the way. Speaking of cocaine sharks, I also seen a headline that was really fascinating. Ohio Supreme Court says boneless chicken wings can have bones.
Ohio, you've You fucked up there.
Yeah. In
How
a
many
4-3
bones?
ruling last Thursday, it decided that bones are a natural part of a chicken, so a consumer should be on guard for them, even in boneless wings.
Well, is this the thing that, like, it could just show up in the production process somewhere?
Their point was that they can't tell you that all chickenless or boneless chicken wings should have no bones in them, so that kind of covers all the restaurants. Because what happened was somebody apparently ate a boneless chicken wing and their esophagus got ripped apart because there was a bone hiding in there. They sued the restaurant. It went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has said that boneless chicken wings can have bones. I feel like this is kind of pointless.
Yeah, it's like you're buying boneless wings for the security of knowing there's no bones in it to eat around. The obvious solution: get the veggie boneless wings. There's never any bones to begin with.
What's that, cauliflower?
No. It's like seitan. It's like bread with all the gluten washed out of it.
Ooh,
it's real nice, good texture.
I've never actually had one.
Really?
Yeah.
Bring you down. I'll do this. I'll throw them in the air fryer.
You're doing them.
I'm doing them. I'm doing them at home. I'm having them morning, noon, and night. I'm eating them.
Why don't you buy cereal or something?
Nah, I've got the boneless wings, man.
Like the fifth night in, you're like, is ready to be sent for another boneless wing? No, are we having that? Yeah.
You know what? I think I might do a bonus. I've moved the air fryer into the bedroom.
You're a madman. You're an absolute madman.
Got my sauces laid up there. It's
You're
perfect.
air frying everything, are you?
Oh man, I love the air fryer. I'll throw everything into it. I'd throw yourself in an air fryer.
It was Amazon Prime Day last week. Amazon Day. Everything was cheap, and we got air fryer.
Got an air fryer.
Yeah.
1 drawer, 2 drawer. What are we talking?
I'm not a fucking
I'm a 1 drawer man. I'm simple. I only need it for the wings. I'm like, that's all.
I thought you said you were throwing everything in there.
Oh, I am. Yeah. It's just wings.
You buy everything. You mean all of the wings you can possibly eat.
As many as possible. Yes. I've been putting in. I do like paprika and garlic potatoes. Fry those off in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Nice time.
And how many wings would you possibly eat at any one sitting?
Genuinely, I would say upwards of 30. There's no bones. There's no bones in them.
I do have actually a funny story, right?
Yeah.
So we stayed in a hotel in Limerick like 2 years ago. We stayed in a hotel in Limerick, and it was on the menu. We got room service, right? Ooh. And the room service was ribs and wings and chips, right? Barbecue ribs, barbecue wings and chips, right? And genuinely, it was the nicest thing I've ever tasted in my life. And it's like my Roman Empire, because once a week, without fail, I will think, Jesus Christ, that was a good fucking meal. Fuck me.
Also, perfect meal for room service as well, because no one's looking at you as you're eating that.
It was everywhere, all over me.
It's awful.
It was a disgrace, but my God, was I happy.
Just sucking on the bone until it's fucking clean.
I cannot. Also, we had it had taken a while to get there, so by the time we got there, we were starving, and so we get into the room. I order it. They bring it up, and it was fucking massive, like the biggest meal you've ever seen.
That's Home Alone 2 Lost in New York.
It was the best day of my life, and I'll be honest with you. For every time since, I'm like, everywhere I go, if they have wings, I go, no ribs, ribs as well.
But also, it's never going to live up to it.
You can't possibly. I checked the menu last week. They'd taken the fucking meal off the menu. I checked the hotel's menu. I wasn't even there. I was miles away.
I just wanted to know it was.
I wanted to know it was still out there. I wanted to know
somewhere, but no.
I would like to go back and just ask specifically that you had a meal here 2 years ago. They now have the wings and the ribs separate. I think I went into a magical moment for like 6 weeks where they combined them, and it was boys. It was just. Sometimes there's a meal that comes along and you think, this is the peak. This is not better.
For the listener, he's actually looking off into the distance as he thinks about
it's
this.
my Roman Empire, Sean. I'm telling you now. Once a week, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, I do think about this.
Man, and look, I'll do everything in my power to get you those wings and ribs.
You can't recreate it, is the problem. It was that one magical time and moment. It was a one magical moment in time. And just, what can we do?
Now, someday I'll bundle you into a boot with a bag over your head. I'll drop you off at a hotel in Limerick. I'm not sure which one, but we'll figure it out. And then you'll wake up in the room and it'll be in front of you.
Yeah.
But you're still tied up and you can't eat it.
I can't, and you eat it all in front of me. You'd like it, I'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just air fryer. That's what I did.
You cooked, but brought it to the hotel.
I cooked it 2 years ago as well.
We could have literally just had it in your house. No. I wanted to drive you here for the fake fucking promise.
You need to believe in it for it to be real.
So, Shaun, also, I actually want to move on because we do have our favourite segment, Shaun Solves.
100% success rate.
And it's a very small one that I found this week, but it's something that I really wanted to bring to you because you obviously, if you haven't been keeping up with this, Shaun Solves. I give Shaun a problem that is out on the internet, and Shaun inevitably solves it perfectly, no problems.
Yeah. And there's a finality to it. Like, if you do my advice, it's never going to come up again. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, in both good and bad ways, it will never come up again.
I get results.
Give me 48 hours, I'll get you a body, is what he does.
Get you a body.
Because
haven't had a detective diddlement in a while.
We haven't. That's a very old school reference that not many people will get. My sister is stealing my childhood memories. What do I do?
How do you steal a memory?
So, speaking this week, Annie messaged into one of the agony ads that I could find online, explained how it all started when she overheard her sister Beth talking about the movies that she liked as a kid, saying it started small about how obsessed she was with maybe the Lizzie McGuire movie and had VCR copies of that movie and all of the Lizzie McGuire show. Except she didn't have those copies or like that movie. I loved the Lizzie McGuire movie and I had all those copies. She would never even watch them. But she's telling other people the stories that
What's the benefit?
It's small, but not a big deal. However, then she started taking my actual memories, like getting a princess makeover at Disney, girls only sleepaway camp, my first kiss with a boy. She stole that whole story. My first time putting on makeup, going to a dance. It's now getting to the point where every one of my memories she's telling other people are her history, and I don't know what to do.
Have you talked with her about this? Or is that out of the question?
She never says if she talks to her about it. And apparently, no, she does say, she said, I finally called her out and said, that didn't happen to you, it happened to me. She blew up saying that it's not true, that I don't know of what things happened to her in her past as well. So, Shaun, we have the point here where the sister is stealing the memories. You're the older sister. What do you do?
Okay. You could steal her memories back. Then you might end up switching forever, though.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah. You just adopt each other's personalities by accident.
Yeah. I think it's a sign, though, that she maybe is like, her history isn't as cool as your one. Take it as a positive that, like, you clearly have the better history.
Could be a confidence thing, that she's like, I just need something interesting to say. Most interesting and cool person I know. Oh, my sister, of course.
So it's a compliment, really.
It is. Now, stealing the first kiss is a bit of a wild one. That's so I'd start drawing some lines in the sand.
Yeah, see, when she said like the Lizzie McGuire thing, I'm like, okay, that's not that big.
Yeah, she could have watched them in secret or something like.
When she's like, yeah, she also copied my story of my first kiss, my first dance, like what happened to me when we went to Disney World. I mean, it's all there.
Yeah, you got to start. Okay, and this might be an obvious answer. You got to start seeding fake stories. But like they're not even flattering stories. Like you need to make her think she's committed a crime.
Do you remember the time when you shit yourself while you were killing that homeless guy? Do you not remember that? That was so funny.
So embarrassing.
That was so embarrassing. And we told everyone. Remember that you buried his body? Do you remember in the yard?
And they're still hunting? They're still hunting you specifically?
They're still hunting the killer. Do you remember that? Do you remember when that happened to you specifically?
Get her to turn herself in. Then you can do actual crime and then pin it on her.
What if instead you go the opposite way and I just said you steal her memories, but like you make them better. So you take her history and you like spice it up, because then she's got to get to the point where at a party you're like, and then I did this and then I did this, and she's like, no, that's not true, I did that. But how would you have time to do that when you were too busy watching Lizzie McGuire? You
got to catch her in the lie. You need something like very specific dates, like, I don't know, like what? Yeah, the only thing that's coming to mind, and it's awful, is what were you doing on 9/11? And then if she can't corroborate that,
she was probably like 6.
Well, she should know where she was.
Do you know where you were?
Yeah, I was in school.
I have no idea. I have no concept of where I was at 9/11.
No, I remember my mum picking me up after school and we were listening to it on the radio.
Right.
And then we stopped in the deli and got some sausages and I was eating those.
Are you sure you don't just remember the sausages?
They were really good sausages. They were Super Quinn sausages. And then we went over to my granddad's house because my cousin was out in New York at the time.
Oh, so you had a familial connection.
Yeah, so it's like burned in. It's one of my earliest memories.
Right. Whereas we had nobody, so I just genuinely cannot remember anything to do with that.
I'd love if you only found out like last year.
I genuinely last week. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Right here on the call. That's what
I'm in New York. I think they'd fucking build something there. Fucking
big empty space, isn't it?
Massive empty space. What's going on here, lads? Fucking asking New Yorkers. They're like looking at me like, that is so fucking disrespectful.
You're like, wow, everyone's so rude over here.
What's going on? Like, fucking hell. Like, I'm just asking what's going on here.
So that's what, you got to trick your sister into thinking she was not responsible. But there must be documented evidence of you doing something that she said You've
got to have photographic evidence.
Surely, if you had videos, you had a camera. You know?
Yeah, so, like, I mean, it wasn't like fucking 1952 or anything. So, like, you gotta, like, if you're about watching Lizzie McGuire, there's gotta be videos, there's gotta be photos. You gotta get them and just like date and time something that only you did.
Yeah, pull old CCTV footage if you have to of like your first kiss, and then
bit weird,
like, I gotcha.
Yeah, but it's a bit strange, really.
It's not weird if it's your own kiss.
It's still kind of... I feel like it's violating the other person in the kiss.
That's... get them on board. Maybe they're still friends, you know?
Get them on board. We're going to try and make her think she did 9/11, John. Right?
And the only way I can do
it... Are you in?
We found where...
I haven't spoken to you in 15 years, but yes, I am in. Let's do this.
Turns out every time you kissed John, it was a CCTV black spot. It's wild.
It's weird. It's always... He wanted that. It's fucking weird. So your solution is make her think she did 9/11.
Yes, because the guilt will force her to confess.
Because so you gotta think of something terrible that's happened that you did.
Yeah, you might have to own up to something yourself. Tell her in confidence. Let her repeat that story, and then say, "No, I was the horrible person."
No, I've one-upped you. Instead, you tell her 75% of a story where you look kind of good. Right?
Yeah.
Let her steal that one. And then when she's in the middle of telling it, you go, and do you remember at the end of that day you pulled the plug on Grandma? Do you remember that? Do you remember accidentally doing that? Because I remember that. Yeah, that was a pretty good day. You were just
playing with plugs. It was wild.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, tell her half the story and then hit her with it in the middle of like a dinner.
Yeah, and give her, or like make sure she's with people who know the actual end to the story.
Yeah.
So that everyone calls her on it.
And then call the police for the 9/11 thing as well.
Yeah, because we need to get to the bottom of that.
We're gonna look. You go pure conspiracy theorists on her.
Yeah, like any conspiracy that you can pin on.
I guarantee she was the responsible one behind the moon being fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think she crashed the Hindenburg.
I think she's at fault for the Iraq War. I think it was her. I think
she killed Thatcher.
I think she shot JFK, and I don't want to come out and say that, but I'm just saying I'm getting vibes.
You know John Lennon? That was her.
You're at the dinner telling everyone.
Yeah. Who invited the podcast host?
Weird. So, Shaun, we're going to finish off this week with Florida police urging people to stop taking selfies with the pressed black bear.
Oh, but why is he friend-shaped
So
then?
the unhappy animal took up residence of the north side of Highway 98 in Santa Rosa Beach earlier this week, and according to the post by the sheriff's office, quickly attracted unwanted attention from passing motorists. Onlookers were trying to take selfies with the bear, and he's clearly not in the mood for picture. The bear has shown signs of severe sadness and stress.
Get that bear some cocaine, is what I'm saying.
But that would also lead to more depression.
That's true.
In
it's
a little
cycle,
while.
You know, it's a temporary solution to a permanent problem. No, that's not
well, I don't think that's how it goes. And they had to urge the public, the Florida man and woman public, not to approach the black bear because so many people were approaching it looking for a selfie because it looked particularly sad.
And the bear doesn't want that. Take the bear out for a meal. Ask him how he's getting on.
Maybe try and break down what's happening with the bear first. Really try and delve into what's troubling the bear.
And look, I know it can be tough, but if you can get him out for a walk or anything like that, clear the head a little bit. An
FWC spokesperson said in a statement that by the time its officers and biologists arrived, the bear had dispersed and walked off into the woods. So they could not find the bear. The bear did not appear to be injured. It may just have been overheated and was resting, as it was too warm, but it looked uncomfortable.
So bears can look sad when they're warm, you're saying?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know the feeling, to be honest. But and then the bear just had enough of people and fucking walked off.
And then a spokesperson had to then come out and say, if you see a bear, give it space, don't try to approach it, and never feed it.
Yeah, because then they keep coming back to people for food, and it becomes dangerous.
And they have to then say crowding around any bear is never recommended. Obviously.
Look, I'll determine what's best for me.
Quick, get around them. Threaten them.
Start making a load of noise.
The question then becomes, in Florida, there has to have been one Florida man that's like, I could definitely take that bear. I will fuck that bear up.
Oh, like Florida bear fighting is definitely a thing. Like, do you remember without a doubt.
They had to be stopped. There was a bear the one Florida man who challenged the bear to the fight and he got absolutely wrecked.
Oh yeah, he got mauled. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't die. He just got absolutely beaten about the place. But
because it's a bear.
He challenged a bear.
And the bear, fought with honour. The
bear was just like, look, lad, I don't want any trouble. And the Florida man's like, I'm Florida man, so I'm going to cause trouble. And the bear's like, look, if you start this, I will end it.
I'll finish it. Yeah.
It'll be finished by me.
I won't throw the first punch, but I'll throw the last one.
I'll throw the fucking last by hack. So I just wanted to cover that in Florida because Florida police have to come out and tell people don't surround and then take selfies of a bear when it looks distressed.
And that is the view shared by this podcast as well.
I can only stress enough, do the opposite of what they said. Always crowd a bear. Always stress it out. And
go looking for a bear.
Shoot a short film including the bear. That's what I would do.
Oh, very good. Very, very good.
Cast a bear in your next college project.
And then don't feed the bear. No.
Nah, make him angry. Make him real ravenous.
That's how you get the best out of your actors.
Because he's kind of he's a character bear. You know what I mean? He's getting into character. The character is Hungry Bear.
He's doing a Christian Bale thing.
I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Shaun.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and then next Monday with another episode of the show. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. And shout-outs go to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles Loves You and hopes you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Pollen can go fuck itself, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine will only accept MCU Galactus in Paul Mescal GAA shorts, Russ, I got myself into big trouble after the Patreon listener hangout as I attempted to rank my kids in a tier list. Parfait. All S tier, I'm sure.
Oh. As in shit.
Whoa, Conor.
Too far. Whoa. It's too far. Why did
too
I do
far.
that?
Wind it back. Wind it back.
Why did I do that? I didn't need to.
Jackson Brueheim will be attending Sean's upcoming gum eating intervention. Fair. It's probably overdue. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and Tipsley. Subscribe to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, The Amazing World of Kezza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan, Bucket is good too, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Peter, Bobieter, Banana Fan of Fofeater, Fee5 Fomeater, Peter, Jack Markham, Barlow Cheese and Johnny Ray. Thank you all for your support. You're absolute legends. We really appreciate you and we couldn't make the show every week without you. So head on over there if you want to support us. There is also the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's @heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Development's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Lynn.
We shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.